Welcome, Petra Hjerpe. I would like to welcome you to this pod because I know you from before, and I have once traveled with you, and already then I was well aware and I was stunned by the amount of energy that you had already then. You were not into your line of work at that time, but I have understood that you are doing something that is very interesting and which caught my attention a while ago, and I would like to talk to you about it. So welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here because I remember when we first met. And that was a really good experience for me when we met in Kenya. And now something has happened a lot. I'm a walk and talk coach. So, yeah.
Yes.
And the best things I know is meeting people, getting good relations. That is my biggest, what do you say, makes me happy.
It makes you happy. It's your passion, maybe.
Yeah. It's my passion to having good relations with people in everything. You know, I meet people every day, new people. I interrogate with them. I have good conversations like you. Yeah, people meeting people and having good, deep conversations is the best thing I know.
And that I noticed all the way back then, but then you were not in this line of work. So what inspired you to get into this walking and talking coaching sessions that you do now?
That is a coincidence because I was working with conferences and congresses at Selma Spa, and then there was a pandemic, so my work disappeared, and I was, what am I going to do now? So I started walking in the nature, and my mind opens up. I got more creative. I was curious about testing new things. And people around me said to me, but you should be a coach because you love meeting people and you love to coach them. And even my husband, even your husband said, I think you're coaching people all the time. So why don't you educate yourself as a coach? So that's why, if even my husband thinks I'm going to be a coach, why not? So I studied as a coach, and for the first time, I let my clients try when they could choose between sitting and be like digital coaching, and I could go home to them and coach them. And I was like, what happens if I take them out walking and try that one? And that because the nature inspired me to do new things, and it got me more creative. So what will happen to my clients if I take them out walking?
Yes.
And it was amazing. It happened so much.
I can imagine. So how does the walking actually influence that process compared to just sitting down and having a session?
You see, when you walk, you get more energy. You got more creative. You got easier to find the solutions in your problems. You feel better, and it's you got more less stressed. It happens so many good things. So nowadays, no one can choose to sit down with me. Everybody has to go out walking.
That's the option that you have. You don't have the option of sitting down anymore because you see so many benefits of this being out and moving at the same time.
Yeah, for the first time I was very nice to them. You can choose, but no. So everybody knows when they pick me as the coach, they choose me, then they have to walk. That's the only rule I have.
What happens, or what are the benefits?
Like I said, you got less stressed, you got more creative, you got more energy. And when you have a problem, when you go out, you think about something I want to solve. What's the problem? Then they just pop up. Your solutions get easier to get. And for me, it's like we stand here, but we want to go forward. So it's step by step. It's like moving forwards. what happened before, it's over there, but now we're here and we want to go further.
Yeah.
So it both psychological and physiological.
Yes.
So yeah, it
I
makes
can,
you feel better in any way. I
that's
know I start every morning, just go out. So today this was a challenge for me, really. It was like on nerve getting out of my comfort zone and be interviewed in English. And what do I say to my clients? What is the best thing that could happen?
I love that
So
expression.
yeah, so that's why I went out in the forest and I got myself my in energy, and then I will see Peter. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about English. So it was a challenge, big challenge for me.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like to sit here with you.
I like it too, and I'm very happy having you here and thinking about this because myself, I also walk every day. On my own or sometimes with a friend or something. So I usually take a 5 kilometers walk every morning, and there is something when you get these, you get a lot of inputs, which kind of
Mm.
puts your mind into thoughts that you wouldn't get if we were just sitting.
Yeah.
So I reckon that is a huge benefit because the inputs
Yes.
are just, it could be something passing by, or if you're in the woods, a squirrel or a bird or whatever it might be, or a shape of a stone. So I get inspired by all these things that are happening around me, and I can think from your perspective as the walk and talk coach. Then there is also the aspect of having the one you're talking to beside you instead of just sitting in front of each other. There's and more like a buddy kind of feeling that you're walking and you're in this together, rather than the authority that might be introduced when you're sitting in front of each other. Or
Yeah.
am I thinking in the wrong paths?
No, that's right. Because from the beginning, I only coached in Karlstad rarely. We go side by side. But then there was a guy in Stockholm, and he called me and said, "What if you try to coach me by your phone?" And I was thinking, yeah, why not? We'll try that. If he wanted to be coached by me, but he was in another area in Sweden, so why not? So we tried, and it worked. So I've been coaching people in the whole Sweden, from
Wow.
Stockholm to Gothenburg, from North part, even in Norway. Just we are walking, but they are walking where they are, and I'm walking where I am, and I just say questions to them and listen to the answers. And so that was a new thing for me.
That's
And I'm
brilliant.
so happy that it was a guy who asked me, "Can you try this one? Why not? What is the best thing can happen? Maybe it works." And it works.
It works too, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
well, brilliant to do it like that as well. As long as you're both out walking, it could be done online,
Yeah.
taking advantage of the digital advantages we can. When you
So,
do, sorry,
mm, no, just,
I was just going to ask you, when you do have a one-on-one walk, when you're walking in person with somebody, how do
yeah.
you choose your locations? Do you choose this kind of the same location every time, or do you have different locations for different events?
I usually go into nature. I want us to be in a calm situation. It can be going through nearby the lake, Vänern, or in the forest, but it shall be in a calm situation. So I say to all my clients that choose a place that is not so many distractions, cars and everything else. So you're really into the right mood. You get less distressed and you're more focused. That's why the nature is marvelous.
The nature is
So
your
yeah,
first
the
choice
nature.
when you have that possibility. You choose the
Yeah,
nature.
and the water. Yeah, the
Water.
forest or nearby the lake or
Yes.
Klarälven. If you stay in Karlstad in the city, then we go path by the lake or the Klarälven, by the water.
Yes.
So and they can choose here in Karlstad. They can choose a big different forest. I come to them, and if I coach somebody in the north part, I said go in to the place where you can get stressed, less stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that you get calm. So the nature is, you know, I love the nature. Yeah.
Yes, and there's something about the nature, the irregularities and the kind of anarchy, the things that the way that things are just there in any, not any patterns. There's no straight lines and things like that. It's like it almost has a kind of memory. You have like an internal memory for that, like from hundreds of thousands of years back, like a genetic memory that gives that comfort when you're walking in the woods and you see the branches and the leaves and the things, they're all like scattered around, but still there's something very familiar about it. There's something intriguing about it. So I do agree, when you come out in those woods or nature and the nature is presenting itself like that, there is something that just happens within you. So yeah, I agree. Yes, please.
And I talked to one, it was a woman who was so stressed. She was so stressed. I couldn't hardly hear her voice. So I said, where are you now? I'm in the forest. And she was talking like this fast. Okay. Then you go to a tree. Go to the nearest tree and grab it. And then we shall breathe together. And we were breathing and we were breathing. And then she get so relaxed. Now I said, now are you ready? Now we can get forward. Because her mind was so stressed and I had to calm her down. And I asked her, how are you now? I'm almost sleeping. Okay. We should go further on. But it worked. It worked.
Yes.
But she was stressed. So I couldn't hear her voice. It was like, but when you're in nature and we just breathe together, and then we could go further.
Yeah.
So, and I noticed another thing, because when I got a coach, I thought it should only be women who is asking for me. And now I'm coaching men and women between 20 and 75 years old. And then that was a surprise for me. And many guys says they should never go to a coach where they have to go inside and sit down, because that's too stressful for them. They can open up with me if they go side by side, and even better if they don't see me, if there is in another place, because then I only have their name, their email, and their phone number.
Yes.
So then they can open up even more.
Yes. I can imagine that would be very beneficial for in some cases. That would feel like you don't have to be confronted, and you don't even have to have a straight face. You can just kind of let things out like that.
Yes.
Talking about stress, I've asked these questions to other people too, and I'm kind of intrigued, and I think about it a lot too. The way society has changed in a way that our biological evolution hasn't really coped with that. And I've heard that many believe that is one of the biggest reasons to all this stress that we are feeling, that we can't grasp this the development of things. We're not equipped for it. Is that your opinion also?
Yes, and I think it's you need to have more parks in the cities. You need to have the nature more closer to you. You need to get out because the nature keeps you more going back to your roots. Because
Yes.
we are coming from nature. We need that. So many people live in stressful environment all day. They're going, like, if you say Stockholm, I have lived in Stockholm for 5 years before, and it was like you were running to the train, you're running to the buses, and you don't even know where you were just constantly in what do you say, so stressful situations. And then you need to move to things that are parks, have more grass around you, have environment that you can get down, that you can be by the water or be in, like, so many more parks. We need more parks in the cities.
True, I believe that too, and on a level, it seems like it's all this constantly decision making that all makes us stressed. Like being in a city environment, although we think about it or not, there's tons of things we need to make decisions about. Should I cross the road? Should I wait? What is happening over there? What is that sound? Do I have to integrate with this? Then you come out in the nature and there's pretty much no decisions you have to make. It's like you're just free of these kind of outer things that in a city environment or in a busy environment forces you into making these decisions all the time. And that is a definite stress factor. That is actually what the stress is for, to make us make decisions in situations where things can go either one way or the other. And just hugging a tree would pretty much take off all other decisions. You're just standing there hugging a tree or sitting on a stone watching nature, and it's just there for you. So that's very, very powerful, and I agree with you. More parks and more greens in the cities. What about the weather? What if it rains?
I go out in every kind of weather. Nobody can sit with me. If it's cold, you have to put on warm clothes. If it's raining, you have to take on rain clothes. So somebody said to me, "It's raining here." Okay, but you have to go out. So it was only 1 year ago when it was really, really slippery outside. Then we have to get another date but otherwise we go every day. We go out. If it's snowing, if it's raining, get out. Nobody has ever regretted when they're going out.
No.
Maybe it's like feeling now I don't want to go out in the windy day. I don't know. But when they get out and when they get in the right mood.
Yes.
You just have to have the right clothes. So you can't tell me it's cold outside. You have to go.
That's
So
what
you can't
nature
say,
does.
I want to sit down today. No way. No way. You choose me as a coach, so you have to go out, And I have this neighbor who has going out with the dog, and he met me early in the morning, and it was, black outside. And he says, "Who forced you to get outside now? You don't even have a dog." So, I love it. Nowadays, he never says anything. He just knows like this. But so for me, it's the best start is to go out first thing you do in the morning to get the energy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The days, not every day I can do it the first thing, but those days that I can, it definitely has an impact of the rest of the day. So definitely.
Yeah.
Do you find are there any challenges or limitations when it comes to choosing this line, just the walking and talking? Is there anything that you feel are limiting you?
It was only the time when it was really slippery. Then I don't want them to fall down when I'm coaching them. Then we have to take. And of course, you have to walk. So I'm not the best coach for everybody. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, you can have a wheelchair role, so we go forward. I think that is the most that you go a step ahead. But you have to be in a place where it's not so noisy. So you have to choose places where it's calm.
Yes.
That's the thing. But when you choose the place, then you also get more creative. Your minds open up in the best way. So it's just a good benefit for you to do that.
Yes.
So that's the challenge. Not going a lot by cars around you. You have to be, so everybody knows that if they stay in the city, they have to go to a park. Then I call them.
Yes.
So and they feel better. So they know what it is. They know where my rules are.
Yes, and there's really nothing to lose from it, because even if you don't solve the issue, at least you got the exercise. So there's either way, there's like something good coming out of it, one way or the other. It can't go wrong. There's some benefits. So that's kind of, and you get this feedback from your you call them clients, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of feedback do you get?
It just is the same, that they got more creative, that they got more calm, that they get less stressed. And my focus is that we are connected, got good relations. The problems they have when they reach for me is 99% relations at work or relations at the private. If you don't feel good at work, you take it home, and then it's going to bring problems at home and vice versa. So those who connect with me, they have problems with relations or with relations with themselves, their self-esteem. So, or getting out of destructive relations. I have helped a lot of people with that.
Yes.
Who are living in relationships like that you are so super controlled and you don't even know who you are, what you want.
It's true. That's true. So the walking and talking, you've done it now for some years, right?
Yeah, soon 4 years.
4 years. 4 years. Has that changed your perspective? I mean, on a private level, how you integrate with humans? Has it changed the way that you integrate with people on your private plane as well?
Yeah, so yes, of course. My husband is very, very happy that I'm being a walk and talk coach, because we take walk and talks a lot, mostly even once a day, and we can discuss everything. We open up our minds, and it's going out with friends instead of going to take a fika. We take a walk and talk, and we open up talking about our lives. And when we have a vacation, then we always take it on a hike. So me and my husband are going to Cappadocia and walk. We have been walking in Sardinia, in Madeira, Tenerife, or in Sweden, in different kinds, because it gives us so many good things back. Yeah. So I walk private and I walk at work. So I'm constantly moving.
Yeah.
And so So, and another thing, I lecture about it too, because you can have walk and talk at work. If you have to discuss something with your boss or with your colleague, or just solve a problem, go out, talk about it, and then you get inside, because you can use walk and talk in so many ways. Yes. And I used it before I went to be a walk and talk coach. I went to my work like 15-20 minutes before, and I took a walk, and then I got inside. So my boss said, "Oh, you want to discuss this in a walk and talk?" Yes, of course. So I used it before. Yeah. I even worked with it. So it was in my, I don't know, it was with me that I feel better when I walk. So we used to have these development interviews in walking.
Okay, so you have it naturally in you. It's not something that you have had to kind of learn. It's just something that comes naturally within you. Probably that is also the reason why it's working so well, having this walk and talk approach to your coaching. Because walk and talk by itself, it's something that is a thing, isn't it? There is like a movement around it.
Yeah. And I think the pandemic made more people go outside. So the pandemic was, for me, what is very good. I didn't know that. But for many people, they discovered the nature in another way. So there are more people are going outside, and more people talking about walk and talk. Yeah. I've been lecturer about it. And then one guy said, "Oh, that's why our boss takes us out once a week in a walk and talk. We've never done that before." And I said, "Yeah, yes, listen to me, great." Yeah. So I want to make more people do that, because I know what happens inside. I know what it gives, what benefits we have with it.
Yes. Do you see an increase of it? I mean, do you see in your field that it's a growing thing?
Yeah.
You do, yes. Well, that's good then, because then it might be implemented just in the normal way of us interacting, and then it's kind of a good common thing for everybody.
Yeah. So I think it's very good. And I even work with couples.
Okay.
If this in Karlstad, so I help couple with their problems. So I can go in the middle between a couple and listen to the both and make them listen to each other. But that's the only thing I do in Karlstad. It's different to have two people in my ears.
Yeah.
So I don't do it by phone, but we can do it when we work together.
Yeah.
And it worked. I didn't know if we should, but I said, why not? I have a client who said, I want to do this with my partner. Can you do it for us? And yeah, why not try?
And it worked well.
Splendid. Here in Karlstad, not if they stay in another place, but so I try different kinds of things all the time. So yeah.
Have you learned anything about yourself? Have you had any personal insights doing this?
Yes, of course, because when I lost my work at the pandemic, then it made me be more creative, more curious to try new things. I even started to meditate. I never have been in a meditation. So I said, that's new. Why not? So I went in a course for 8 weeks to do meditation. I think this was nice. And then that's why I also tried, what shall I do now? I took the education to be a coach because it opened up my mind.
Yes.
And when it happens so many things by myself, why doesn't it will be helping other in the same way? So that's why it started with me, and then I put it into the others.
Into the
helping
others
people.
also. Yeah. So you mentioned when we started that you had a walk today, this morning.
Yeah.
That was on your own, or was that a session that you had with the client? Or it was
No, this was on my own because it was my challenge to be with you.
Okay.
I had to go out of my comfort zone, so I had to get more energy. So I went outside to get the energy for this.
For this, all right. Well, that's lovely, and that leads me to what I was thinking about. When you do these walks on your own, do you feel that you get like ideas and creative thoughts that when I get back I want to try this, or I'm going to do this? You get those feelings, I guess, when you're out
all
walking.
The time. Yeah.
How do you manage them? How do you write them down, or do you talk into your phone, or do you make like a fast little video selfie, or how do you make sure that you don't forget them?
I made a video film and put it down on LinkedIn. I got the energy, and that was I usually take videos that makes me happens in my mind. So I take videos, but I don't print down. I have it in my head, and then when I come home, then I can print it down. Or be in the forest, I usually just I want to make a video, and I just put down the phone and makes a video and put it out. And then I think, was that good? I don't know. So I do things in the second.
In the second, but if you get an idea, because when I'm out walking, I usually get a lot of ideas. I come up with it could be some words or a sentence or something like that, and I'm in fear of forgetting it until I get back, because there's new ideas coming in the way or coming on top of those. My strategy is I just take selfie videos, and I'll just say what I was thinking of. It's better to have it like this, and I'll keep that as a little notepad. I know other people, they will have a pen and a paper, and they will stop and write it down. Me, I use the phone and take these video selfies. So I have tons of these video selfies in my phone, using them as a notepad. So I was just wondering how you do.
No, I don't use it as a notepad. And when my clients said they don't have paper and can write it down, I said, now because I don't write down when the client said, I listen to them, and then I say they have to have a reflection book. And when our session is over, then they shall write it down what happens with them. So when we work together, I just listen. I have questions and listen to the answers and the mood and the feelings, but they have to write it down, because they are going to take the steps.
Yeah.
So I put it on them.
Yeah. I
So
was thinking
it's
I was thinking about when you're out walking alone and you're getting your own
yeah.
ideas like that, you know.
Yeah, I know. And usually my ideas sit in my head when I come home and I do something about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get many creative, crazy ideas. And not every idea should be
No.
out in there, but it happens a lot of things. Yes.
Mm.
So yeah, I be curious about many things when I go in the wood, and yeah, I try a lot of things. But I don't. That's a good idea. I take it from you. I
You
can talk in. This is a good idea.
yeah.
I will try your way. You
Yeah.
made me think that. Yeah.
To me, because
But
I'm
this
afraid of
morning I
forgetting.
just was talking. Sorry.
Mm.
This morning I just got the energy and I just put down and I made a video and put it out.
Yes.
So and that's a thing I usually do.
Yes,
Um,
it's more the feeling I get when if I get a good idea, I have like a 5 kilometer walk, and you know somewhere around there I come
yeah.
up with this brilliant idea. I'm just afraid that I will be forgetting it until I get back,
Mm.
and because I maybe got some few other ideas, and those will be the ones I bring back home. And but there's another. I saw an interview with Benny Andersson, the pianist from ABBA. And
Yeah.
the interviewer asked him if he always had a notepad and he was taking notes of all the ideas he got,
Mm.
musical ideas or lyrics ideas. And he actually said no. And he said, because if it's good, I'll remember.
Yeah,
So,
I think that was good. I think that's the same for me because
yeah.
if it's anything that really stuck in my head and I can't get rid of it,
Yes.
then it's important for me.
Yes. Yes. But me,
So so
I
so
fear to do it like that. I'm just too afraid to forget it.
But I think your idea is very good too. So I will try your thing, but
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more like Benny. If it sticks on my head, then I will do something about it.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but you can choose both ways, your ways and Benny's way,
Yes, yes, you can
because
try out whatever it is. Yes, so
yeah,
that's nice. So if you would conclude what we've been talking about, and if you would like to give any advice to anybody, what would that be?
of course I say if you have any problems with your partner or with a friend or at work, go out and discuss it during a walk and talk because it releases you. You get more stress, and you know the stress is falling down, and it open up your mind in a better way. Then you sit in like inside talking to, and you're building up something that shouldn't be there. So walk and talk is good with your partner, with your friend, your son, your daughter, at work. You can choose it in so many ways. So why don't you try it? Why don't try another way that you
Mm,
haven't done before?
yes.
What's the best thing that can happen then?
Exactly, exactly. I
That's
love that expression. You know, I wrote it down
yeah,
when I heard you say it the first time. I actually wrote it down, and I have it here on a piece of paper from another talk we had. So that
yeah.
is a kind of a mantra that I use. What is the best thing that can happen? It's just a lovely way to play with those words. If someone
Because
would,
if you said yeah,
sorry,
if you
no,
say the different was the worst thing can happen, then you stop yourself and it's easier to back and say no.
exactly,
But if you say
exactly.
what's the best thing, you're getting forward.
Yes, yeah.
So
You're being positive bias. You're
yeah.
expecting something good to come out of it, and that is a brilliant way of thinking about it. If somebody would like to come in contact with you, how would be the best approach?
They can go into my website, walkandtalkcoaching.se or LinkedIn. I'm Walk and Talk Coaching there, or Instagram or Facebook.
All right, I will make sure that the description I will make sure that these links are in the description for this
Yeah.
video. So if anybody wants to contact you, they can just look in the descriptions.
Mm, yeah. And somebody has, two guys have Googled me. So they find me different ways. But I'm in LinkedIn and at Facebook and Instagram. I have been on TikTok, but I haven't got the time, so I stopped there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have to choose your platforms. That's true.
Yeah, I choose my platform. Yeah.
Petra, I am honored to have had you on here, worth to be seen, and this is definitely one of those things that are definitely worth to be seen and listened to. I've got a lot of input already from you, and I will be taking a lot of this with me. I hope everybody else does that too, takes your advice, getting out in the nature, walking and talking, and trying these new approaches, maybe, if you haven't tried it before.
I hope so. I hope we are being crowded in the nature because people need to go out.
They do.
And try something more. And I'm happy because I did something that was really, really hard for me today. I made it. I'm happy that I got out of my comfort zone and was talking to you in English.
You did it just brilliantly. There was absolutely, you wouldn't even have had to mention that it was an obstacle for you, or if it was.
Yeah, it was, but it was a really obstacle, It was really obstacle for me.
Nobody would have noticed, even if we didn't mention it.
But I say to myself, what is the best thing that can happen if I do that? And I was so increased I wanted to talk to you because I remember our time in Kenya, 2018.
Yeah.
Wow, that week. Ago now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what contacts it has created. I mean, that moment or that trip that we did together has now resulted in that we're doing this. So the doors are just constantly opening in all kinds of direction. We just need to go through them.
Yeah. So just if you want to do it, you can say that if you want to try something new, just do it. Just do it.
True. So
it open up.
I'll give you an opportunity to have some closing words because I'm thrilled and again very honored. And if you have some closing words, I'll let you have them.
Just go out there and enjoy. Go out in the nature, take a walk and talk, and just feel, and embrace. Because, yeah, what's the best thing that can happen? I said it again, I say it also. What's the best thing can happen if you do something new?
True. And this was a good thing happening today. So thank you so much. And I'm sure that we will be talking again in not too far future because I have a lot of more questions and a lot of more things I would like to talk to you about.
Thank you very much. I like this. And I'm so happy that you connected with me about this. So
thank you.
Take care, Peter, and thank you today.
Yeah, thank you for being on Worth to be Seen. Bye.
Bye-bye.